Hello, I hope we are live. It is Nicole from My Christmas, and for our regulars, you know I have a delay going on, so I like to just wait if someone can give me a hi or a thumbs up or something on Facebook. That's great, just so I know everything is working and you can hear me. You should be coming on soon. Are we there? Are we working? Is there anyone out there? Yes, thank you to the first person who's responded. Appreciate that. Thank you. Nice to be with you. Hi, Melinda. And thank you so much for joining me. As I said, Nicole Gallagher, my business is mychristmas.com.au. I've got everyone coming on board, which is awesome. So we're all working. Today has been brilliant. I have actually had a day of almost no work. So any other small business owners out there, as much as I love it, it's nice to have time off. Fiona's in here as well. I manage her, so she'll be able to help me with any questions I don't know. And as everyone regular knows, I come back and check all your comments tomorrow, this evening as well. So I'll say hi to everyone individually then. But yes, today I slept in and then I have been crafting all day. So if you see on your Facebook, you'll in the stories, if you look up the My Christmas stories, you'll see some of the clay candy pieces I've been making. It's the first time I've done it and I was having so much fun. So I'm pumped, I'm excited. I've just to have a day of kind of total R&R is awesome. And now I'm with you to share the latest theme. We've also got Michelle on board, our beautiful assistant manager. Fiona's also beautiful, so it's great to have some of the team who normally join us on the feed as well. So let's get straight into it because there's lots to show you. So I'm going to hopefully share my screen here. Beautiful, it seems to be working. Okay, when on Sunday nights we do a theme reveal. So the latest few themes that we've done, Michelle and Fiona did threw together for us in the 2 days before lockdown. We had a couple of themes before that we managed to get done. So I think we're up to about 5 or 6. And tonight's theme is Mistletoe Manor. And I hope you're not all hearing the binging going on my computer, but sorry if you are, I'm not sure how to adjust that now. So Mistletoe Manor is last year we had Christmas in Paris, and we still have that as a theme, which is more just silver and sage green. This year we've got the Mistletoe Manor has the pop of black and white and the farmhouse check and a little bit more of a softer sagey green in there. Sometimes hard to get these in between tones in the baubles and ribbons, so it's fine to mix them up a little bit here. Okay, so we always do a stop motion of our as we set up the theme, and we've got our tree topper in place, which actually Fiona kindly did a video which I've got in here today to show you how we did that as well. So let's get to it and get that off there. Okay, so the first release. So I'm going to run that through a second time, and then I've got some shots for you of some of the specific components of it. First of all, what do you think of overall of the styling of the Mistletoe Manor? You will have seen a little bit on our veranda display that we've done, but this is obviously a tree. This time what Fiona's done is used a couple of key bigger pieces in the tree to give you the real focal point. So the pair of bears and then a larger sleigh in here and the larger size elf. And that gives that real wow factor to the tree. Plus the topper itself is actually really large. In fact, I made it as a window corner in one of our Facebook lives. We have had it on the window and then the girls took it off the window and have turned it into a tree topper. So it just shows you how you can use the same thing over and over again in your displays as well. This tree now, as some of the pieces, we don't have all the stock yet. So some of it is new stock that's arrived. Some of it's existing pieces. With these black and white, I think there's only one of those left. So these are samples. Some of these pieces are samples that we don't have a lot, but we do have other black and white flowers still to come in, which are absolutely stunning as well. And then I think in this one, Fee, can you? Oh no, it was me. It was me who did the tree topper. So that was our green pick that had red bells on it, but I didn't want any red, so I just took the bells all off it. So sometimes you can adjust your picks individually to create the overall look, as you know. Okay, and here's the overall look. So you've got the gorgeous big pine cone in the middle of the table here, and then Fiona's put another wreath around that, just with a simple silver table runner. Couple more candles. You can never have too much light. We're always saying that to you guys. So candles, your 3 candles, they're all the LED wax, but LED powered candles. Simple bows around the napkins on the table, which hopefully you can just see there, but just picking up a little bit of the black and white like we've got in the poinsettias here. And then gorgeous reindeer, offset with the offset of the 2 hanging lanterns on here, again with a number of candles in there and some foliage just around the bottom to really soften it up and finish off the entire display, which just looks so beautiful as well. And then this is layered. The garland that we've got on here is 2 garlands. So one of them is has kind of the drapey components to it, so it softens the front of the fireplace, and then the second one has a few baubles on it as well, so that you get a slightly fuller overall look. And then obviously, as I said, in the tree you've got the main colours. These are the larger size flocked balls, so having the flocking on here is always really nice to mix it up. And then you've also got the larger size balls in here, which is like a netting finish. So having that combination of that larger size ball is something you're always hearing me saying. It just adds the real richness to your displays. Very similar. Slightly closer, you can see the sleigh in here, which Fiona's going to explain how that was attached for you, because I said to her some of the things that we do and we find pretty ordinary, normal, is something that you may not have tried or be a bit nervous about. Just be aware, if you are putting bigger pieces in your tree, you do have to be careful. You can damage your tree. There's a lot of weight on there as well. So, just be mindful of how you do it, and if it's something you love, because you could be putting a lot of you could be putting a lot of weight on a branch as well. So you could bend your branch, but if you're going to be using it again and again, that's fine. Or worst case scenario, you could always turn it around the other way. The sleigh is only about 3 kilos, so it's not massively heavy, but just something to be aware of as well. Okay, so just a couple more close-ups for you here. So you can see the big pine cone that I was talking about, and the wreath is the one thing I don't think I've listed in the system. I'll have to have a look and find that for you. This isn't a great photo, you've got the light here, but it was just an idea of being able to see sort of the angle of the sleigh there and the elf sitting on there. And again, this one you can see the lights on the reindeer there, and then a second pair of polar bears. So if you've got a space like this, or if you've got a table, so let's say you've got a sofa table with a space underneath, don't be afraid of using it and finishing your display by putting something underneath. Okay, so I asked Fiona to do a couple of videos for us of how she did some of the components of the trees, because I thought it's something that you could find really useful as well. So let's go through, and Fiona's going to explain how she put the sleigh into the tree here. I'm going to try and turning this up just so hopefully you can hear it okay. If you can't hear it, guys, I will post this video separately, all right? So don't bother telling me in the feed, because I can't do anything about it. I'm just not 100% certain that the sound's going to come through off this. So if you can't hear what she says, then I will put it through as a separate feed on Facebook when we finish here, all right? I mean, someone tell me that it's not working, but I'll fix it that way.
Hi, it's Fiona from My Christmas, and Michelle and I, who's behind the camera.
Hi everyone.
just finished doing one of our themes, but I thought that as soon as I finished it, I thought you'll all ask me about how I attach the sleigh to the tree, because it is a little bit of work, but it's well worth the effort, as you'll see at the end. So the sleigh is quite hefty. I mean, it's probably around 3 kilos. So what I actually did was, I'll show you, was I took a branch out of the tree, and then it's got the same poles the other side of the sleigh, and I cable tied it to the actual centre pole of the tree twice. So it'll take the actual...
See if I can zoom in, Fee.
Yeah, see if you can have a look at that. See that? Yeah. But that's how I did that, so it actually holds it. Once I was happy, and I do like it on an angle, I don't like it sitting straight. You could then actually go back in. If I can see this now, I haven't got my glasses on. And put the branch back in its spot. So then just fluff it back out, and voila, that's how you do it. The next thing you might ask is the elf. Here he is, hi. And he was the same. What I actually did was I put a cable tie around his neck, strangled him for a bit, but you know. And then I sat him in here. I popped the cable tie around his neck and zip tied it to one of the inner branches, and he just then sat, and I did the same around his foot. So that should make it really easy for you if you wanted to replicate it at home. But yeah, that's how we did it. The rest was pretty self-explanatory, but I just thought if you wanted to see it, that's how we did it. And bear in mind that because this is some weight, some of your branches may actually bend. So, you know, especially if you have it up for a really long time. So just be aware of that. But yeah, that's how we did it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.
So as Fiona said, I just wasn't sure if that was going to keep going. As Fiona said, you can have the bend. You can do this for this technique of cable tying into the middle can be used with anything that's larger. So just remember that if you want to feature a bigger piece. Also with the posable elf. So in this case, it made sense because we wanted him further into the tree, so around the neck. Sometimes with those elves, you can put it around the middle, and you can then just put the jacket back over the top. So you can lift the jacket up. You can't see what I'm doing. You can lift the jacket up a little bit around his middle, and then cable tie it, and then put the jacket back down. So that's another option. Yes, it was great camera work, Michelle. Well done. Okay, so then the other thing we were talking about. Sure, that's an elf. Looks like a rabbit to me. Glass is not helping. Okay. So then the other thing was, as I said, rather than creating a new tree topper, we used one of our corner window displays that we'd made up as the tree topper for this. So I asked Fiona to go through and explain how that was done. So let's just go through that too.
Hi everyone. So this is what we used on the top of the tree, but I just thought I would show you what it actually is. So previously we made this to go on a corner of a window, but I'll turn it around so you can see the back of it because that explains more what it is. But it's actually one of our centerpieces. Like it's a New Hampshire centerpiece, and on the window we've actually bent it so that it'll go, you can't see, but around the corner of a window. But I thought we'd repurpose it for our tree topper, and so I just straightened it up a bit, fluffed it out a bit more, and I did put a cable tie through the back. So then all you will need to do is see the center of the branch of the stem of the tree, is cable tie it then to that, and voila, that's how it looks. Hope you like it. Really easy to do. I think Nicole did this in a previous Facebook Live. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, but we've just fluffed it out, and yeah, and that's the colour theme. So thanks.
Okay, so that is our Mistletoe Manor, and I hope those couple of extra videos that we did were also really helpful to you. As I said, I'll probably feed them through on Facebook so you'll see them again without having to scroll through this whole feed. But, you know, as Fiona says, you can repurpose what you've got. If you had, I missed the name. Someone said earlier that they had a rotating tree. You could have something like we've got as a tree topper there, but have 2 of them. So you attach one on both sides. So obviously that's a way that you can cover your entire tree, which is also worth considering. And then, as we say, the other thing is to don't be afraid to use the larger pieces. If you're not, so if you only had sort of those bears and the sleigh as the kind of across the middle of the tree, and then you can use the bigger size balls as the next layer to fill in, and then fill smaller pieces on top of that. So yeah, please share away. Now don't forget, with our Facebook Lives, with anything we do, we would love you to share with your friends if there's something you particularly like or comment. The more commenting you do, the more sharing you do. That's really helpful to get Facebook to share it with more of our followers, because I have said we've got about over 30,000 followers, and Facebook, if we're lucky, will share this with about 4,000 of them. So the more we engage, the more they will share. So if you can do that for us, that would be awesome, and that will help the message spread. So that's about it for me for tonight. So thank you everyone so much for being with me. Thanks for those who joined us for our trivia night on Friday night too. We had lots of fun. It was so nice to see so many of you with your hats on, your jumpers, your Christmas tree, Santa, all different bits and pieces. So it was a really nice way to just let off some steam and chill out together. So really appreciate that. So anyway, have a brilliant week, everyone. And mychristmas.com.au. If you ever need help, don't hesitate to give us a call or send us a message. We're always here for you. And we will see you on Wednesday. Okay, take care. Bye.